let's see how we can fix that. So first let's shut it down, and after it's shut down, unplug all the cables. And here I'm showing the tools I'm going to use. A vacuum cleaner with a brush attachment like this one. This is the one that I use, but you can use any one. Now I have a duster here. It's a compressed air. You can use also canned air. I have a regular brush, like a painter's brush, a screwdriver. This one has a Phillips head, a few paper towels, dust masks, some alcohol. I use 91%. And in case you're taking the CPU out or the heat sink, you're gonna need some thermal compound or thermal paste to replace it with. Here I'm just showing how dirty it is. There's dust everywhere on the outside and inside the components. We're gonna try and clean this as much as we can. First I start by vacuuming outside. Nothing too detailed yet, just outside and around. Just want to get the bulk of the dust out. So you got to go outside all four sides, the top and the bottom. So I go lightly around. The front cover here is important, so I make sure I try to vacuum from the outside, and I use the brush to continue loosening up the dirt. And now I'm gonna take every component out of the case. The CD-ROM, this one has an old floppy disk drive. Just unplug everything. It's hard to do with one hand. Set them aside so that we can do it individually later. Now besides the drives, which I'm taking off now, this is the disk, the hard disk. I'm gonna take off the memory, and also I'm taking off the battery just to reset the CMOS. So everything here is gonna get cleaned. Everything. I'm gonna use the vacuum again on the inside. And this is actually the heatsink, which I'm gonna vacuum outside. And the heatsink cover right here. And this is the fan, the main intake fan, which is very dirty. So I'm gonna take my time and cleaning with a brush, with a vacuum. And here you can see I'm standing up the desktop itself so I can clean from different angles. Be very gentle with those components. Now, this is the air compressor, which actually is going to blow air everywhere. So it's important to wear your dust mask if you do it outside, because dust is going to fly everywhere. This is a very important step. It makes a big difference. So use different angles also and get it everywhere so that you can blow the dust out. The dust coming out right here is from the power supply. It's very important to blow it from each side. Again, cover yourself. I use dust mask most of the time. Again, here with the intake fan, I use a brush and some alcohol to clean it. Don't use any other liquid. I'm gonna clean now the old dried thermal paste from the heatsink. It's important to take it all out. Don't touch it with your finger and make it eventually all shiny like this. Now I put a little bit on top of the heatsink, but most of it is gonna go on top of the CPU. The purpose of the thermal paste is to make a good bond between the plate of the heatsink that we are looking at now and the top of the CPU right there. So yes, I can spray some alcohol here. It will wipe out and evaporate. Be very gentle. If you don't have to remove the CPU, don't remove it. There are pins that are easily bent, especially on the CPU socket. So here I'm showing that there's still some left, but I'm gonna clean it all off with my brush. Putting a little bit of thermal paste here, just a little bit, I'll start in the center and I go to each corner in a cross like that. And remember, the heatsink is gonna come on the top and press it down like that. That's all you need. So put it all back together and test it. The fans are a lot more quiet and we have a successful repair.